Hi guys, is Jonathan Gullis, the former House of Commons hooligan, now the unemployable village idiot? So he appeared on Gullis-friendly GB News, where he attacked the French Coast Guard and authorities for what he sees as taking British money and not upholding their side of the bargain. But don't worry, he's been spending his newly available downtime watching TV and seeing a strong man across the pond doing stuff that makes Jonathan very excited. Gullis wants Britain to act like America and just dump asylum seekers in France. Oh my god.
Should we just stop funding the French then to not police the channel?
Well, Patrick, I think I'm a broken record when it comes to saying this on your show, but the answer is simply yes. We've given, around £800 million to the French, and what we had in return, 150,000 illegal migrants crossed the English Channel, and we saw numbers increase on 2024, and then we saw in 2023. The reality is that if you're doing business with someone, they're meant to deliver on their end of the deal. The French have failed to deliver on their end of the deal, and we should be looking at what President Trump is doing, getting strongman tactics with negotiations, making it clear that when it comes to giving foreign aid, that won't be happening if you don't take back your illegal migrants. When it comes to France, then the tap will be turning off, and we will just be starting to bring people back to French coastal waters, as we've seen the French Coast Guard themselves watching boats enter British waters and then leaving it for us to do the pickup and bringing them onto UK shores. I'm sick to the back teeth of this broken record.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, Jonathan Gullis is the captain of the ship. Okay, that would be a terrible situation to be in. He's the captain of the ship. He has asylum seekers he's picked up in the channel. What is he going to do? Well, I'm going to take them back to France. And what if the French authorities say you're not allowed to dock? Then what would you do, Jonathan? You'd have to take the ship back to UK waters and take them to UK territory. That's what you'd have to do. That would be the reality. Because if the French say no, then you're not going to dock. See, the situation with Colombia that Gullis is trying to emulate here is Donald Trump wanted to send asylum seekers or immigrants to Colombia. The Colombian authorities said, no, you can't fly in with a military plane and you can't treat these people like crap. Eventually, they backed down because Trump said, I'm going to impose economic sanctions on myself, which is actually going to harm you as well. I'm going to punch both of us in the face. And the Colombian government said, okay, no, well, you can now start sending people. So they backed down. But Jonathan seems to think that the same could happen in Britain, between Britain and France. What, Keir Starmer would bang his fist and say, we're going to send people anyway? And what if they can't dock or they can't land? Then what happens? You're going to impose sanctions on France? Like, this guy is a Brexiteer. Has Britain not suffered enough? Has it not imposed enough sanctions, economic sanctions upon itself? Jonathan Gullis and Brexiteers want more sanctions? To what end? Because you want the French to do what? To take people back who are not French. You know, in the case of Colombia, I believe some of these people were Colombians. But you want the French to take people back who are not French citizens and who don't want to stay in France. They want to get to Britain. Why is this so difficult for commentators on GB News and ex-politicians like Jonathan Gullis? The people who are crossing the channel don't want to stay in France. Even if you had an agreement with the French to take them back, what do you think would happen the very next day? They would go looking for another boat. They would cross the channel once again. So what you need to do is to create a safe route so they don't rely on these channels, that they don't pay huge amounts of money to people smugglers. That's how you truly smash the gangs. Gullis was part of a party that decided to sit on their hands for 14 years and do pretty much nothing about this. And they invested huge amounts of political capital in the idea of smashing the gangs or stopping the boats, and it was an absolute failure. And now what are they doing? They're attacking the new government for doing pretty much the same thing. It's ridiculous. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.